Hello. In this tutorial we're going to be running through how to create a more compelling or interesting portrait by using a blur effect. First thing we're going to do on our image is duplicate this background layer twice by pressing Command J or Control J on a Windows. Do that twice. This middle layer is the one we're going to blur, and that's the one we really want to take a look at. So turn off the visibility eyeball thingy on the top layer, and then come down to, and then what we're going to do before we actually blur this thing, what I want to do is be able to come back at any point and readjust the blur amount. The way to do that is get to Filter, Convert for Smart Filters, and there's the icon telling you this is now a smart filter. And now what you can do is go ahead and do your filter, blur, Gaussian blur. Okay, I've got this up on, again, I'm only looking at the background here. Give me an idea. I've got this set on 47 pixels. I don't know, maybe I'm a little compulsive, but I always like to keep this number as a whole number, not a decimal point, anything. Okay, let's go ahead. That's not a bad shot, and as I say, with smart filters on, I can go back and change that amount at any time I want. Press OK. And there it is. There's my effect. Now let's get back onto our top layer. Make that active. And what we're going to do now is select our elliptical marquee tool, and we're going to drag out a selection, and this is what will be preserved and not blurred, and everything outside this selection will be blurred. You can hold down the space bar if you've got your left mouse button held down and you see you're not quite centered where you want to be. Just hold down the space bar to reposition that selection. And I'm going to make the edge of this really pretty fuzzy, so let me come on the outside of sort of a little bit larger than I might think otherwise. Okay, there it is. Now come on up. If you've got CS3 or above, do Refine Edge. Otherwise, you're going to have to do Select Feather Selection in pre-CS3 and just guess at some amount, maybe 3, 4, 5 pixels, and do it that way. Okay, we've got a great tutorial on every option you have here on the Refine Edge, but for now, all I'm going to do is feather this edge, give it a nice blurry kind of edge there, real good, and press OK, and I'm done. Now the very last thing to do is simply press the Add Layer Mask icon right there, and now you've got it. The nice thing about the smart filters, of course, is if after the effect comes in you don't really like it, you think it's blurred too much or not enough, with the smart filter on you can come back, do a double click on the name, and you have your options again. You can come back and blur it more, blur it less, whatever you want. So this, along with the Portraiture with Light tutorial, here's another way that you can really punch up your portraits and make them a lot more compelling and really bring the focus of attention of people looking at your portraits right where you want them, right on the face, right on the eyes. Okay, have a lot of fun with that. I know I do. And thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.